Oh, I should talk in the actual microphone. Hi. Thank you for attending BFF. We're so thrilled. We're in our 9th year and very excited about being here again. So I wanted to come here to welcome you to the world premiere of the story of Mr. Glass, a former CEO of Walmart, and we're very thrilled to be able to present it here. And the film was directed by a local filmmaker who also happens to be his granddaughter, Mackenzie Martz. So we're very excited about this. Yeah. And as always, I just have to thank Walmart for being such an incredible sponsor, and also Coca-Cola, who have both been with us from the very beginning. So we're very grateful to them. All right, so enjoy the movie. See ya.
I am so excited to be here. My name is Tony Waller, and I have been given the real honor of moderating a panel before the movie. I have no idea why on earth they asked me, but I said yes, because anytime I get an opportunity to hold the mic, my alter ego, Spike Santiago, goes crazy. So Spike is ready to just do his thing tonight. But in all seriousness, I'm really looking forward to the conversation tonight, and I would like to welcome a number of individuals to the front to work with me. We will have first and foremost our wonderful filmmaker, Miss Martz, to come on up. In the conversation, we're going to talk with two wonderful, amazing producers who jumped on board, Mr. Devin Arnone. And last but not least, I'd like to ask the incomparable Doug McMillan to join us on stage. Am I supposed to grab a mic? Yes. Yeah, they're going to make me do it.
Does that work?
Yes. Does your mic work?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Can we run the Walmart commercial now?
No. Yes, we can run a Walmart commercial. It would make me very happy. How's everybody doing? How are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? I have to tell you, I am so excited about this film. And I know that everybody, I've heard really wonderful things. And I am looking forward to this wonderful conversation. So, let's see how we're going to start this thing. Let's see. So, Mackenzie, let's start with you. Tell us about your grandfather.
Well, I just have to say, my grandfather was Batman. He told me multiple times. He had the Batmobile, he had the bat suit. I don't know where he got it from, but apparently it was from the movie. And he made us all believe that he was. And I wholeheartedly thought he was Batman until I realized he was a businessman.
That's awesome. So what was it that inspired you that said, I really want to take, his life story and share it with the world? What was it that said to you, let's make this thing happen?
So my grandfather passed in early 2020, and I went to his funeral, and all of these big businessmen went up and told all these stories about all these successes he did and how he pretty much touched everyone's lives and helped them on their journeys. And I was like, my grandpa did that? I had absolutely no idea.
Wow.
And so I thought, I need to make a film about this because I want the world to see what he did, because it was just so amazing. I mean, who has 2 successful careers but never, ever takes away time from his family?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And so then you decide to embark on this film. And so we're going to get to see this tonight, so I'm really looking forward to that. Doug, let me jump to you. You had the opportunity to work with Mr. Glass.
4.
And yes, I would say you probably worked for Mr. Glass as well. Can you share with us some of your fondest memories, some of the lessons that you learned from him, some of the things that you're carrying with you, from those moments?
Yeah, there are a few Walmart associates here and other people from the community that know. You could talk about David for hours and hours and hours. The characteristics that come to my mind are kindness and wisdom, strong competitive spirit. And I got the opportunity to watch him, as a younger person on big stages and listen to him and take notes. On my phone, there are dozens of speeches that he made, and so I was paying close attention to the words that came out of his mouth because we all respected him so much. And then later in life got to have more of a personal relationship with him, and even through 2020 was calling him for advice. There were a number of times where we had difficult choices to make, and he was one of the people that I would always call. After he retired, you could buy him a turkey sandwich and a bottle of water and go see him at his office, and he would give you advice. So super cheap consulting of the best kind. Till today, he's influencing the way that I think.
And then there's Devin and Devin. Devin A and Devin G. I love it. What compelled you to become part of this project? What was it that said, this is a project for us?
Sure. One of the first things that I learned as we embarked on this project was Mr. Glass was very respected, and it wasn't because of his position, it was because of his attitude and the way he treated people. And for his level and where he was in business and in life, it was a little bit of a shock for me. And it was inspiring and something that when Mackenzie told me, I also just wanted to help share the story.
How about you, Devin G?
For me, I think what compelled me was story. As a producer, I'm always looking for a good story, and when I heard about David Glass, I always heard the name in the community, but I never really knew who he was, and learning about his story was the biggest compelling reason for me to be involved with this piece.
I'd like to ask all 3 of you this question. As you all embarked on this journey, were there any surprises? Were there anything that you said, oh my goodness, I probably would have never known about this had I not been involved? Are there any things like that you can think of that's come out of this journey for you?
When you're telling a story, you're looking for everything. Good, bad. There was no bad. Everybody we asked, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and they all had something good to say about him.
Yeah. Doug, we're talking about, having those aha moments. Are there particular lessons that you have carried over that you learned from him in your current position, as the CEO, from a former CEO? Are there some lessons that you have taken with you along the way?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think behaviorally, humility is one of the things that comes to mind. He set the bar really high, and he did this job for 12 years and was with the company for many more years than just that. So that's definitely something that he set the standard on. But the special sauce of Walmart is the other thing. Our purpose and our values, things like everyday low price and the detail and the nuances of the business, what it's like to make a store visit and things like that. He showed us the way to do that. So the formula that he helped create and that he lived is what we're carrying out today.
Mackenzie, as a woman filmmaker, and as a woman who did this project, what have you enjoyed most in the process, and what has been the biggest challenge for you?
Probably the biggest challenge was being the only girl on the crew. That was a little tough. We speak different languages, that's for sure. But no, probably the easiest thing was just whenever it came down to it, we all had the pieces that was going to bring the film together. I couldn't figure something else out, I would go to them and they would have the answer. So literally without each other, it would not be a film today.
What would be your advice to any young lady in this room who says, wow, Mackenzie made a film. I want to do the same thing. What would be your advice to the young women in here?
I've had multiple people throughout my life. I mean, I've had supporters, but I've also had some people say, hey, you know what? Maybe, you need to improve in these things, Maybe you can't do this, maybe you're in a little over your head. But it always drove me to do better and work harder for these films. And it was just the motivation I needed. So just when someone tries to kick you down, pretty much just use it as motivation to keep going.
That's awesome. I love it. It's not easy, right? And to be able to stick it out, and and because you are not just being an example to yourself, you're being examples to others, right? And so there's that pressure of, I've got to make this happen. I want to make this happen. I want to do well because I know that I'm opening the path for somebody else. That's a lot. That's a big little weight to carry.
I didn't know I had it until you said it.
Come on now. You got to own your greatness now. Own your greatness. I love it. So what's next for you? Can you give us a little secret? Can I give you a hint of what you should do?
Yes, please.
I mean, come on, Mackenzie, you and me against the world. We could do this. And then with the D&D too, come on. This is the winning combination right here.
This is the power team
This
right
is
here.
the power team. Mr. McMillan, may I have permission to take a leave of absence?
Whatever you want, Tony.
Y'all heard that, didn't you? Devin and Devin, are there things that you all found what were the biggest challenges for you as you all embarked on this project and production and producing?
Sure. First, getting into the production was a lot, of trying to figure out who was very involved with Doug in different sectors of his life, whether it be business or family. He has a lot of support in all of the communities, but and when everyone has something good to say about him, it's very much, who do we pick? Who's going to tell the story really well? Because it's what's needing to be said. And so it was just a lot of asking the same questions to people and learning, what was very similar and kind of crafting a story around that.
For you three, what is the one thing that you want us to leave with after viewing this film? If there's something within the film that you want us to take with us, what would you want that to be?
I think the main theme of this is that family comes first, and that if you want to run a successful business, if you want to live out your dream, you don't have to sacrifice family. That you can still put your family first and make all those things come true.
I love it. You guys, you're awesome. You'd be even more awesomer if you made my film. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It really has been a wonderful conversation. I want to thank you all so very, very much for this opportunity. I cannot wait to see this film. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Mackenzie, for getting out here and saying, I'm going to tell this story. Thank you, Devin and Devin, for backing her up and saying we can make this thing happen. And Doug, as always, love the conversation. Thank y'all very, very much. Give it up.